Hello, hello everyone. I hope you guys can hear me. I hope everything is doing fine. I think everyone is doing fine. Not everything. Oh, it's, uh, 5 uniform. Okay. I hope everybody's hearing me okay. I hope the stream is doing well. I don't know why my camera is not showing up. My flight camera. Oh, what's going on? It's no. Let's fix that really quickly. I think I just knocked it off a little bit. Let's get it like this. This is good. It's like this. A bit more like this. Perfect. Ladies and gentlemen, hello, hello. Welcome back to another lovely live stream over here. We are in the beautiful land of Austria, in Vienna, Wien, as some people like to say it. In German, we are making our way to Zurich, where flight time is 1 hour and 6 minutes. We're logged on as Austrian 5 uniform, Austrian 565 over here. Flight time 1 hour and 6 minutes is already discussed that, and we should probably get started because I didn't check the OFP times, but I know we need to chop over here. We're rocking the EIS-1 mod. It's not from Hughes, it's from somebody else. I don't know who it is, but I think they've done a lovely job. As always, it looks beautiful. And I can't wait to fly. I really like the EIS-1. I've been lucky enough to sit in the cockpit of an EIS-1 Airbus 320, 321, and 319 before. I just love the retro, the small screens, the retro look to these old screens. Something I definitely do research more myself later if I can. But without further ado, let's actually get started. So I'm gonna start loading the passengers and everybody. So let's do that, and let's get our checks. Let's get our All right. So parking brake is set, engine master 1-2 is off, engine mode selector normal, thrust levers idle, speed brakes and the flaps are retracted and up, landing gear set to down and up, and the overhead panel wipers are off. Amazing. We have 25.5 and above voltage for the battery, so battery 1, 2, external power, IRSs. Let's align them over here, the adheres. Let's also open the door for our lovely passengers. I think we have a very nice cabin. Yeah, it's nicely modeled. I really like this. It's very nicely modeled. Alrighty, and our screens are starting to come alive over here. Let's...
Fuel truck is in position.
wonder if I can increase the brightness. Because I noticed on EIS-1 the brightness of the displays are quite dimmer, but I don't think the EFIS is not modeled in EIS-1, because usually the EFIS, the FCU would be a bit redder. It's a more red color from my understanding, but you see it's a bit dark over here compared to here, and it's just darker everywhere in general. Also the colors, you see the colors are a little bit different. So I'm actually gonna turn up the brightness over here. The MCDU is still the same. I think it's we still have the tails MCDU, and that would be true to the real counterpart, depending on the whatever MCDU cockpit MCDU company that they got it from. So let's really quickly do the recall test over here. 1, 2, 3, normal, and let's do our battery check. So let's pull up the electrical page over here. Battery 1 off. Okay, that checked fine. And let the juice come in. Amazing. Strung back up to voltage. And battery 2. Let's do the EPU fire test. Amazing. We got the lights and the ECAM action for engine number 1 now, and engine number 2. Amazing. Let's turn on the crew supply, do the CVR test, and turn on the ground control. Amazing. Let's arm the emergency exit lights, turn nav and logo, strobe to auto, and nav and logo to 1. Let me also dim you down over here. I know we've been talking a lot about increasing the brightness, but the standby, you gotta be dim, man. To be honest, I would expect them to be analog standbys, but they're not. So that's a pretty interesting combination. I am using the real world cockpit layout. Did press on the EFB, so it's really interesting to see that we've got an EIS-1 combination with modern instruments. And who doesn't like the DME instrument to be there? So you guys can see the MCDU. Let's get cracking on with the MCDU. Let's firstly check. Do we have any performance factor fueled by C? No. We're rocking the CFM 5654 Bravo engines. That's true, and we're up to date on the AirX cycle. We have no performance factor change, so we're gonna leave that empty. No fuel by C on the no fuel by C first on the UFP. Let's request our flight plan over here. And we'll grab the ATIS. I know ATC's online, so let's grab the ATIS of Lima Oscar Whiskey ATIS, the departure ATIS, and let's send that. And let's receive, and let's have a look at the ATIS. Let's really quickly get an PDC IFR clearance. So this is VIN departure information Delta. Okie dokie, runway 29er, visual for, okay, that's fine. Transition, level 1, okay, wind 31015 knots. Visibility, oh, okay, not that great visibility, guys. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Thunderstorms with rain, clouds, 300 feet. Okay, so the weather in Vienna is not the best at all. Broken, 2000, yeah, okay. Temperature 20. At least temperature isn't too bad. Yeah, visibility isn't doing good. We have lots of rain, lots of thunder, and if we look outside, yeah, it's not the best over here as well. Though it looks very beautiful, it's not the best. So we know we have information Delta. Let's really quickly get a PDC clearance. Information Delta over here. Word station Lima Oscar Whiskey, and we are Gate Foxtrot 27. Let's send that, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get our secondary MCDU to the received messages. I'm gonna keep the ATIS up so we can have the weather, when we enter the EOSID we can actually enter the weather. I think it'd be useful to enter the weather this time for the EOSID, because let's say we have to return, at least we have a more we have a much better performance than if we left it empty and just had the minimums and go rounds. I think we have an APD1. No, we don't actually. We don't have an APD1. It's an APD2. So let's over here go. Let's request our flight plan. We are Austrian 5 uniform. Our cost index is 8, and our cruising altitude is level 280. So quite low over here as we make our way to. Temperatures 20, they said. As we make our way to our destination in Zurich, though we will be passing the Alps, so I'm gonna make sure to turn on the seatbelt signs if the weather is too rough. But I think I'll keep the seatbelt signs all the way. It's quite a short flight, and with this kind of weather over the Alps, don't take any chances. We want the passengers to be happy and safe. So, did we get our PDC yet? No, but we know that runway 29 and 34 is active. So let me really quickly have a look at the lovely charts over here. Yeah, so definitely taking runway 29 for departure. Yeah, 34, no way. I think 34 is only for arrival, which is mentioned in the ATIS, which we just had a look on. So Navigraph states we're taking the Otsu to Charlie departure. Also to Charlie departure with the Sauville transition, actually, so we do have a transition over here. Departure. No, there's no transition, so I don't know what you're on about, Navigraph, but we'll just keep it like that. Maybe Sauville is one of our, yeah, okay. I guess via Sauville. So yeah, and our arrival we have the Negra. We have the Negra 4 arrival. Negra 2 Alpha arrival. Okay, that's an interesting SAR. So yeah, Negra 2 Alpha arrival for the runway 14. I love the runway 14 in Zurich. That's very nice. So looking forward to landing there. Negra 2 Alpha arrival, Negra transition. Oh, relax. Okay. So let's enter our fixes or fixes? Yeah, let's enter our fixes over here. So the airport fix is structure Mike Delta. 25-mile ring. Shall we enter any of the radios? I think I will, just because the visibility isn't too great. Actually, no, I won't, because we know we're only departing in the sector where the MSA is 4700. So I will keep it like that. We don't need to do any rings. Even if we're coming back for the runway 34, there's no way we'll overshoot past the beam of runway 34. Thus, I will not enter any radials, but I will do the runway extension centerline though, which will require me to enter the radio for the runway trek, which is, if I have a look, is a 2901. So runway 29, and we have 2901 for a radial over here. Okie dokie, guys. That's done. What I'm gonna do actually really quickly is I'm going to, let's see, for runway 29 at 8. I'm just reading the OSID. So at 8 DME from Foxtrot Mike Delta, left turn to Whiskey 951 and hold. So 8 miles. Okay, so actually let's actually make a nice EOSID really quickly. So there we go. With the runway 34 for arrival, and I will indeed pull up the charts to get the minimums after. But what it's asking us to do is to F8 TME for okay. So let's actually enter a holding point. What I'm gonna do is enter a holding point first, and I just want to figure out if the DME is valid. So yeah, that's 10 miles from us. In which direction? The structure from my Delta is, yep, so that's, so yeah, that is indeed what we want, departing over here. And okay, so we've got that. Let's just enter holding points, compute. So now we have our hold, and let's quickly enter the performance data if we shall return back. So let me grab the charts really quickly. Approach runway 34 ILS localizer. So okay, for category Charlie, category 1 ILS, it's going to be 7904, which is 208 radio. So 7904 should be the next one. No? Okay, yep. 7904. And what I was gonna do is I was gonna enter the weather, just so we get a more precise let's see, what are the winds? The winds are 340, 15 knots. So that would be straight headwind for us landing back over here, where the altimeter QNH is 1012 hectopascal. And NAPD2 go round, MSA 2300. No, 2700 or 2300? Let me just read it. 2700. Yeah, it was 2700. 4700, correction. So 4700 NAPD2 go round. So yeah, that's what I said. And yeah, okay. We keep it like this. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna enter whiskey. I'm gonna enter the EOSID point just so we have good reference. Let's say we have an EOSID, like when we take off later, and let's say we're climbing out, we have an EOSID, we want to return back, or we have an engine failure, a falto or something like this. So we have a great estimate of where the point is, and if the workload's too high and we can't activate secondary flight plan, we know what direction we need to fly to and what adjustments to make. Also turn on the terrain on ND for departure, just because it's quite wow, what's this music? This is funny boarding music, but hey, I am not whoosh, guys, are you seeing this? What, guys, are you seeing this? Holy moly! Oh my goodness! I'm gonna hop on frequency in a second. Wow! Did you see that airplane? I don't know what it was doing, but Okay, I'm back. Let's quickly check if the data pilot routes will actually have us look at the pilot route, and it won't. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna enter the runway over here. No, I'm gonna enter the arrival runway just so we have great DME mileage of when we come back. Mihai, how are you doing? Welcome back to the stream. Has been a while. So we have our point of reference over here, so that's a returning runway in case we have an IFATO. Actually, the last flight I did have an IFATO. It was quite fun. So what I'm gonna do now is let's enter the fuel and the payload. We don't have any payload data, so I'm gonna request it from our EFB. Resend. There we go. We have it over here. When are passengers boarding? That's actually my question. So when are they actually boarding? Passengers boarding now. Is that the case, GSX? Whatever you say. Okay, yes, verify that it is indeed our registration. That's fine. So our zero fuel weight is 58.3, which is actually quite low. But of course, this is a 1 hour and 6 minute flight, so that's fine. And okay, 32 on the CG. Not bad. I think that's pretty standard. I remember reading the Ofcom saying if you don't know your CG, you just put 25. But I've never had a CG under 25, except in the A321, because usually it's more forward. But anyways, and let's enter our route, alternate, and final reserve fuel over here. So the OFP states for contingency fuel of 15 minutes, we have 0.7 on the route reserve. For our alternate today, we have 1.4 rounded up, which is basal. Our alternate is basal, and or basil, however you want to say it. And our final reserves are 1.1. We did the... I'm doing great, thank you very much. Thank you for asking. So for our trip wins, since we've requested the data from the from the MCDU, we don't need to enter trip win, so that's absolutely fine. And let's have a look at the takeoff data. Let me have a look at the charts, and then I will brief you guys on our departure over here out of Vienna. So yes, for people who are still interested in that watch my videos, I'm planning a really cool video, a really nice long video into how to get into Flight Simulator if you know absolutely nothing about airplanes. So I'm very excited about this. It's something I've been working for a long time, so I hope it's good. I started recording the first thing today. I've got the script all done. Oh wait, our cabin crew actually has a nice uniform. Let's have a... Oh, hello old man. Yeah, I think this is the actual Austrian uniform, so that's pretty nice. Let's really quickly... I'm gonna turn on the APU. We'll wait 3 seconds over here, and I think we've got the fuel as well, right? Yep, so I'm also gonna turn on the seatbelt signs, turn on the inner fuel, the wing fuel tanks, correction. Okay, let's really quickly do our takeoff calculations. I know there's lots of intersections for runway 29er we can possibly take. We have Alpha 3. I think Alpha 3 is suitable. When I brief you guys, I'll show you everything over here. So with an Alpha 3 intersection takeoff from runway 29er and an NAPD 2 departure where the engine out and the MSA is 4700, the takeoff calculations state the following. Let's have the magic. Oops, no, we got to load it over here. Let's have the magic sent to the MCDU. Voila! Magic. So 146, 146, 148, 1 down 0.4 and flex 66. Amazing. I'm really quickly going to review the briefing material because that's something I usually do before every flight, but I came home like 10 minutes before the flight, so I had no plan. I had no time to review the briefing material, so we'll just read the departure. Their departure conditions, but I'll read the general and I'll read the air. Okay, I'll just read. Let's skim through this really quickly. Noise abatement according to Austrian. Oh, I'm not pronouncing that. Holy moly. That's we're just gonna call the Austrian civil aviation people. Approaches and departures from the aerodrome. Noise limit, okay, chapter 3. Volume, but there's no NAPD 1 mentioned in black box 11. We're just gonna leave it at that. Okay, precision. So system runway, no runway kit pilots. No, that's not for us. Per timetable, we're not in that timetable now. So that's fine. Nighttime operations, that's not something we'll do. And reverse thrust, let's say we have an IFATO and we need to come back, or we need to come back for some reason. Do not use more than reverse idle except if required by safety operation reasons. So let's just remember that, but most likely if we have an IFATO and we come back, then of course that will be part of the safety parts where we must use full reverse. So data link departure clearance is successful. You know, that reminds me, I need to get my IFR clearance. I did do it via data link, but unfortunately ATC did not reply my data to my data link. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna log on with tower, which is 119.4, and I'm gonna ask them.
This way, please.
With information Delta on board request IFR to Munich.
Austrian 975, contacting radar 134, additional 675, servus.
134675, Austrian
Let's wait until this guy gets his IFR clearance, so then we... Wien Tower, Austrian 5 uniform, did you get our PDC clearance?
Can I see your boarding pass,
Austrian 5, the uniform negative, 1 moment.
Okay. If that's the case, I guess we'll just request it by voice. There's no reason for me to go into the
Ryanair 107 Yankee requesting taxi clearance.
Let's accept this over here.
Oscar uniform Tango, extend downwind runway 29er.
Okay, let's turn the sound down a little bit because I think it's
Then
a bit too loud.
Austrian 8 Papa Lima, confirm ready to copy?
Let me just change the
Austrian 8 Papa Lima, Wien Tower information, Delta is current, you cleared München, so will 1 Charlie, departure route, climb 5000 feet, QNH 1012, squawk 1000.
Okay, I don't know if my microphone is a little bit too loud. You guys let me know. But yeah, okay.
5000 feet, squawk 1000, QNH 1012, Austrian 8 Papa Lima.
Winter Arcus TL 363 on the ILS 34.
Yeah, 363, Wien, servus, traffic information, VFR traffic will soon orbit east of the airfield, wind 310 degrees, 15 knots from the 34, clear to land.
Copy the traffic and clear to land 34, 363.
Austrian 5 uniform, hello, we are at gate Foxtrot 27, we have information Delta Airbus A320 QNH 1012 requesting IFR clearance to Zurich.
5 uniform, Wien, servus, you are clear to Zurich, Full 1 Charlie, departure route, climb 5000 feet, QNH 1012 and squawk 1000.
Number 2 Charlie, departure runway 29, climb 5000 feet, QNH 1012 and squawk 1000 for the Austrian 5 uniform.
Oscar uniform Tango, join right base, runway 29er.
Okay. Perfect. Our passengers are almost boarded. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna close this. Gonna actually get off comms so I can brief you guys.
Holding point 29 via Mike, Ryanair 107 Yankee.
Super loud over here. Okay, shall I brief you guys for the departure? Let's do this. Yep. So that's fine. What I'm gonna do is actually I'm gonna connect the tug. Aircraft loaded, dismiss. Let's get rid of everything on the ground or ground equipment. Let's clear that. And let's turn the beacon. No, let's get the beacon light out really quickly. So, let me brief you guys on our departure. This evening, for our takeoff, our departure out of Vienna, we're departing runway 29 or the also 2 Charlie departure, where the MSA is 4700. No speed or altitude restrictions for departure. We are gonna have a straight, sharp left turn after departure. Our whole airspace, even with our EOSIT, is 4700 for the MSA. We are taking off of runway 29 as mentioned, intersection Alpha 3 planned. Should be no issues with that. So, our taxi there will be, if I can pull up the parking stand charts. There we go. So we're here, Foxtrot 27. We will push back facing to the east over here on Tango Lima 36. We'll most likely taxi to Tango Lima 37, continue on my correction to our holding point Alpha 3 for departure this evening. In case of rejected takeoff, I will call rejected takeoff. If it has nothing to do with the engines, I will pull I'll pull idle reverse. Actually, full reverse. I'll stomp all the brakes manually, and I will take the speed brake all the way out manually myself as well. In case of any FATO where the EOSET has to be used, it will be a straight turn to Foxtrot to Whiskey 957, as we can see over here on the ND. So we need to have a straight right turn over here, Foxtrot Whiskey 977, and that's where we're going to hold. Okay, so that's it. Now, in terms of weather, we don't have the best weather over here. We have 4,000 meters of visibility according to the ATIS. Lots of clouds, lots of rain for departure, though that's all low altitude, and once we break 1,000 feet it should all be clear. Due to that, we should be okay for departure, and if we ever need to return for the OSID, we will contact the RVR. We will make sure to do our RVR calculations and checks just to make sure that we're in that limit for landing. If the weather gets worse, we'll make sure to triple check that and continue holding if we need until the weather clears up, or we can find another suitable alternate, which would be Bratislava for, correction, Budapest, if we need to. Other than that, there shouldn't be any other problems besides the low visibility. The airplane's doing fine, everybody is ready. We're a little bit delayed, so yeah. If you have any questions, please let me know. Actually, let's do the performance. And in terms of performance, right, we have V-speeds, V1 161, rotate 146, 148, NAPD 2 departure, MSA 4700, flux 66, and flaps 1 down 0.4 with a takeoff shift of 300 out of intersection Alpha 3. And yeah, that should be it. If we can do the cockpit preparation checklist really quickly and get ourselves pushing. So cockpit preparation checklist, gear pins and covers removed, fuel quantity 6060 kilograms is checked, seatbelt signs are on, adheres are nav, and QNH and Barrow is 1012 my side. First officer, and don't forget to stand by. Let me really quickly do the final load sheet, check the final load sheet. Usually the final load sheet is always heavier than what we have here, so yeah. So final load sheet, let's see. We have 0 fuel weight, a 58.7, boom. There we go, 58.7 over here. That's all said and done, and we should be ready for push and start. So I'm gonna call the cabin crew. I'm just gonna say, cab crew, all doors and cross track. Thank you. We just did the cockpit preparation checklist. Let me get back on frequency so we can do the.
And tower at 363, just waiting for further taxi instructions if possible.
Why is it on now? And okay, let's do the cockpit preparation, the before start checklist. So let me pull it up really quickly. Oh my
Austrian 8 Papa Lima, engage Charlie 34, fully ready for push and start.
Yeah, Austrian 8 Papa Lima, push and start approved.
So before start, parking brake set and pressure checked. Takeoff speed and thrust, discuss and briefing 164, 164, 168. Flaps 1 down 0.4, flex 66, and APD 2 4700 for the engine out. So window closed left side, right side, and beacon is on. Let's call for push. Let me just really quickly.
Are we cleared to land? Your wings and full echo?
7 for Echo Wind 310 degrees 10 knots, runway 24, clear to land.
Cleared to land, runway 24, and full echo, thanks.
Austrian 5 uniform, ready for push to start.
5 uniform pushing to the proof, facing east.
Facing east, 5 uniform. This guy is so, like, this microphone is so low, but everybody else's microphone is so high. So facing east, that was as planned. That's gonna be pushed back facing to the right.
374.
So nose to the right over here. Parking brakes released. Pressure checked. Okie dokie.
Taxi box to right by Delta Blue Line, 2841 Golf.
Perfect. Alrighty. So all engines clear, start at will. Let's it's not gonna be that long of a taxi, so I just want to get the engine sorted up nicely over here and get ourselves out. So what I'm gonna do is I'm already gonna let's start engine number 2. No single engine taxi, CM556 with the old op, so that's engine number 2 start. So let's start the E-laps, engine number 2.
Ryanair 107 Yankee Wind 310 degrees 10 knots.
So I'm monitoring.
Clear for takeoff, runway 29, Ryanair 107 Yankee.
And 2 is rising.
From Tango, turn left on Mike to the GAC.
Left on Mike to the GAC, off the from Tango.
Stunning. It's absolutely beautiful. Visuals over here. So engine number 2 avail. Let's overlap engine start. So engine number 1, engine overlap, engine start overlap. Parking brake set. Number 27.
Charlie 42 via Delta and Lima, your wings and full echo.
So N2 is rising. What I already do is I'll turn a radar predicted wind shear. Let's set that to on and auto. Let's earn the speed brakes and set flaps 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's set the trim already.
Ryanair 107 Yankee, schönen Tag noch. Austrian 8 Papa Lima, request taxi.
So engine number 1 avail. Engine mode selector normal. I'm gonna turn off the APU bleed now. Let's check the ECAM status. ECAM status normal. And let's do the flight control check.
Wind clear of the Austrian traffic behind us.
So flight control check. Oh, and we have our sign from our ground crew. So let's just wave at them. So flight control. Full up. Full down. Neutral. Full right. Full left. Neutral. Rudder to the right. Rudder to the left. Neutral. Flight control check complete. Alrighty, let's get the after start checklist. So ECAM status, so NTI is not required. ECAM status we already did normal. Pitch trim set down 0.4, 0.4 check. Rudder trim is neutral. Let's already do taxi checklist since we've already done everything, and yeah, it's only 2 minutes for the warm up, so we should be good to taxi whatever and still be in that time. So taxi checklist, flight control checked. Only on my side, we don't got a first officer. Flap settings 1+F. Radar predicted wind shear on and auto. And ECAM memo. Oh, no. I want to press you, my friend. No, not you. There we go. ECAM memo, takeoff no blue, taxi checklist complete. Austrian 5 uniform, ready for taxi.
5 uniform, taxiing find runway 29 by a Whiskey and Mike.
Whiskey and Mike, holding point 29er, able Lima 3, correction Alpha 3 from the section, Austrian 5 9er.
5 uniform, Alpha 3 is approved. Austrian 33 Tango, when clear of the company A320 behind.
So he gave us whiskey and a mic. Guys, what's going on with VATSIM today? I've seen planes literally like turn on short final like this, like 2 seconds away from touching down over here from runway 29, like bouncing the air. This guy just went reversing back like this, like holy moly, what's going on? So whiskey is going to be straight on to the right, so that's not as planned, but that's no problem. Let's actually don't forget to turn on the lights for us. I love the EIS-1 cockpit so much. It just looks like it's so, you know, like simple. I don't know. You know, they should add the old dinosaur EGPWS callouts. Like I'm sure there are no A320s that fly anymore like this. Hold short Lima 5 uniform. So that's. Why is my airplane not showing up exactly? I don't know. On my Navigraph. So Lima is gonna be right over here, so that's all short of Lima.
5 uniform, you may complete.
5 uniform. So let's continue. Left side and the right side is clear, that's fine. Guys, this is a beautiful sunset over here. Wow.
Tango, recycling score 4604.
So section, I think this.
Runway 29 cleared for takeoff, Austrian 8 Papa Lima.
Uniform behind departing company A320neo, line up and wait, runway 29 behind.
Behind departing company Airbus A320neo, line up and wait behind, Austrian 5 uniform. So, parking brake set. Set that, pressure checked. Well, I'm already gonna do zing down the cabin.
Lufthansa 374 request taxi and we are
Cabin crew, see for takeoff, thank you. So he's gonna take off in front and then we line up. Well, I'm gonna turn on the taxi lights after, though I'm gonna put TCAS, TARA.
Taxi Alpha
Back
4
1, 2
via
off.
Lufthansa 374.
And 134675 is our 134. Let's send the cabin in a second. Did he take off already? Oh, there he's going. That sounds the most AI robotic voice that I've ever seen, but okay, thank you. And okay, parking brakes released. Let's get ready for takeoff. So pressure checked. Now we're starting to move. Absolutely stunning over here. Wow. Our company 320 has just departed over here. Take a sharp left turn that we discussed in the briefing. So PAX is off. Landing lights and
Bean radar 134675 Austrian 8 Papa Lima, Hills.
okay, amazing lineup over here. Let's stop over here. Let's wait for him to clear us for takeoff. I'm gonna set the parking brakes. Okay, I hope you guys are ready for the takeoff over here.
The traffic with the flight plan.
So 134 675 34.
The 964 affirmative directly.
So we have this. Perfect, that's all set. And,
Uniform in 310 not runway 29 clear for takeoff.
29 cliff takeoff, 5 uniform. So takeoff, I'm ready, you're ready. 5 uniform, say again.
Running 1 Delta X-ray taxi Bravo 85 via Delta and Lima.
Did he call us? So anyways, 50%. Engine stabilized. Manflex 60C, SRS, runway auto thrust, blue. Thrust set.
Bravo, right on Lima for Ryanair 310 X-ray. For information, we have a runway inside at 800 feet.
So 100 knots over here.
Ryanair 31 Delta X-ray again.
We have the runway inside at 800 feet, 600 feet for Ryanair 200 X-ray.
V1, rotate. Observative climb, gear up, nav.
Do you mean your visibility? Okay, I got it. You got the runway inside at 800 feet above ground, above sea level for the arrival, correct?
Yes, sir. We have a runway inside at 800
Yeah, we
feet
need to do a bit of a sharp return over here. Nice, squad.
In fact, you only one, continue right on 1346750.
1346750. Vene radar Ceros, Austrian 5 uniform with you.
Hello, Austrian 5 uniform, being identified, climb flight level 240 off.
Level 240, Austrian 5 uniform. So 240, so thrust climb, all blue. I'll turn autopilot 1 on and 240 blue. So flaps 1. Actually, no, that was 2. What? Our departure chart did not mention any sort of... Guys, what? You even saw it. The departure chart did not mention any sort of... speed restriction, no altitude restriction while departing. That's very weird. That didn't say any of this. Even on the first whip, I literally have it pulled up right now. It didn't mention anything. But let's turn pack 1 and 2 on, and let's disarm the speed brakes, and let's put the flaps back up. Beautiful. This is absolutely beautiful. Yes, something I see about EIS-1, it's actually covering what was the screen like before, you feel me? Because the old... this is not the old screen. I think that the only things that has been changed are the colors of the PFD, but the old screen was... everything was more compact. From my understanding, the actual... radiator over here was... everything was more compact and short, and that's why it doesn't necessarily fit over here. You can barely see the top right or top left of the FMA, nor the wings you see, or well the ground speed. You can barely see it. It says ground speed even when you look over there, right? So, anyways, let's continue our climb. I'm actually.
132.6, Austrian 8 Papa Lima, ciao, schönen Tag noch.
Wow, it's absolutely stunning with the departure over here. Absolutely stunning. So passing transition altitude and also 10,000 feet, but we won't do it yet because it has to be that we do our 10,000 feet check. So I'm just gonna put standard over here. Yeah, Airport elevation 600. So let's do it now. So passing 10,000 feet, landing lights off, seatbelt signs. Let's do that. 132.6, Austrian 5 uniform by.
Moving 432, contact München 134.150, bye bye.
Vienna Austrian 5 uniform, hello, level 120242440.
First
Okay, since we've done 10,000 feet, let's delete our EOSIDs. We had no red navs to input actually, there was nothing for departure besides the airport one, so we leave it empty like this. And I'm also gonna delete the fixes that we've got over here. And why not already enter the fixes? Climb level 280 Austrian 5 uniform. So that's our cruising altitude 280. Just gonna see over here. Let's enter our Zurich Lima Sierra Zulu Hotel, and that would be runway 14. So that's 300 nautical miles away. I bet if we zoom all the way out, of course we'll be there. So yeah, there it is. I'm also gonna turn on the lights a little bit over here.
Airline 7 Charlie, line up and wait runway 08.
Turn up and wait 08, airline 7 Charlie.
Yeah, just a bit over here.
Channel take 2 Tango flight 1350.
Fenix A320 Tango being hello identified. Etihad 121, monitor Unicorn 1228, bye bye.
Unicorn for Etihad 121, thank you, bye.
Yeah.
Alpha Sierra Golf X-ray.
I'm gonna turn the lights a little bit on. The EIS-1 makes it quite dark.
Tesla Golf X-ray, I was calling you several times before. Please listen to the frequency and I sent you many contact leads. Climb now level 390, resume own navigation, direct
Absolutely
to
stunning.
Raso, and monitor Unicorn, bye bye.
Alpha Sierra Golf X-ray, I was on a telephone call. Climb 390 and to Raso direct.
I cannot leave for a telephone call either. If you fly on VATSIM, please attend the cockpit. If you need to leave for a few minutes, you may ask the controller. Monitor now Unicorn 1228, should book.
Yeah,
Those are the
monitor Unicorn.
Austrian 1 to Golf, contact Dean 134675.
Alrighty, let's pull up some music. I don't know if you can hear with this loud ATC, but...
Airline 7 Charlie, wind, variable 2 knots, runway 08, clear for takeoff.
Take off runway 08, airline 7 Charlie.
Austrian 1 to Golf, contact Dean radar 134.675, bye-bye.
In radar 134.675, Austrian 1 to Golf, like a chart.
Croatia 040.
You know, I do. Ooh, actually, the runways have changed. Runway 28 is just for arrival. Runway 28 is a short runway. Oh my goodness. Actually, I'm actually quite happy about that. Last time I landed last time I've landed on runway 28 was a while ago. Definitely over a year ago. I remember last time I made a little video that I posted so long ago. So I guess we'll take the ILS runway 28. Let me just.
Juliet Romeo, contact Dean radar 134.675, bye-bye.
How about we just...
Austrian 1360, descent flight level 120. Expect the local glider DME east approach.
We do have ATC. That gives me a great excuse to have a look at... no, I don't think... I was gonna connect with CPDLC, but I don't think we can do that. I think we're too low level. So let's request the ATIS over here. And let's have a look at the ATIS. So this is Zurich. Information Echo, departure runway 32, arrivals expected ILS runway 28, transition level 70, wind variable 1 knot, kilometers, few clouds at 3000, temperature 18, QNH 1016. Let's set the QNH over here already, like good pilots, because I always somehow forget that. 6, let's do that over here.
Airline 7 Charlie, thank you very much. Identified passing 5600.
Let's do on the standby as well. Don't forget the standby. I always say, don't forget the standby. Never forget the standby. Okay.
Opposite traffic, 12 o'clock.
Guys, this is actually super stunning. Like, I'm gonna have to take a few pics. Should I take it with the FCU and the glare shield? Yeah, this is nice. This is very nice. I like this. This is a very beautiful screenshot. You see the PFD a little bit. You see.
Docs, no problem. Yeah,
I think we'll pass into München radar 134.150, so I'm gonna set that on standby. 134.150.
374, being radar hello, identified, climb level 260.
Level 260, Lufthansa 374.
Lufthansa 8 Lima Whiskey, information Charlie is current, you're clear to Hamburg,
Okay.
Kugol.
So we have, what I'm gonna do actually, let's get all the data that we need for our arrival runway, and I'm actually gonna start reading the briefing material really quickly, because I'm sure there's gonna be some catch, noise abatement. I bet there's noise abatement. LSLH. An APD1 question mark? Yeah, it is an APD1. So we've got an APD1 go around, well, departure, and the EOCIDs are quite interesting actually. The EOCIDs are quite complex here, so actually the length of runway 28 is not that big, it's only 2,500 by 60. So. But should be no problem for us. What I'm gonna do really quickly.
130450, cheers, traffic 82 Tango, bye bye.
Taxi about 4 Lima, wind 250 degrees, 2 knots, runway 26, clear to land.
So.
Airline 7 Charlie, turn right direct to Breno.
Right, turn direct Breno, airline 7 Charlie.
Austrian 924, hello again, information Delta is current.
Okay, so let's actually fill in the data. There are a few clouds at 3,000 feet. I think it's worth putting in some radials for the MSA ring, so we don't get confused and we're doing good. In addition to the terrain radar, that wouldn't be a bad idea. So let's do that. The Negra 2 Alpha arrival via the relax transition, I think. No, relax would be from different points. So Negra 2 Alpha. Let's do that. So fix info. Our first fix is going to be Tango Romeo Alpha, where we enter 25 nautical miles. This is our MSA ring, and actually, so the MSA that we'll be passing on is 4,500. But I'm just gonna separate that because let's say we go south, it increases by 1,200. And if it's past 17 nautical miles, that's going to be 9,200. So I'm definitely going to enter these radials. But firstly, we just have to find, the first radial is going to be 350 if we subtract it by 180. And the next one is going to be 161, that's going to be 85. Quick maths over here, so 85. Let me just quickly check that if we press airport over here. Yep, exactly. So as I was explaining, I hope you can see my mouse. Let me just explain this, right? From that, oh no, it's actually oh no, that's on the airport VOR. Actually, my bad. I didn't enter the airport VOR. But that's actually a good VOR that we can use for reference. Actually, let me do that on the RadNav page. Tango Romeo Alpha. Let me just put you in the RadNav page because it's a great, it's such a great reference point over here. And it actually already gives us the radio, so it's gonna be 283. So 283, so plus 180 of 103. And if we find another VOR to enter for a fix, I guess, that would be perfect. Ah, perfect. Actually, the arrival chart is quite complex. There's so many VORs we can actually enter. I'm going to enter the VOR at the north, which is Zulu Uniform Echo or Zurich East. And the radial for that is going to be 274. So 274 for these 2 points. And now, let's quickly fix the fix. Get it? We're gonna fix the fix, because it's not Tango Romeo Alpha, it's actually Kilo Lima Oscar. And that's where we had, oh, what did I enter? It's 85. And it was 370. 350, correction. 370 does not exist. So we have these two.
Austrian 1360, descend to 10,000 feet, QNH 1016.
Let's do the
11,000 feet and squawk.
runway extension center line.
Austrian 1360, confirm 10,000 feet.
So we're landing runway 28, and for us, if we draw a runway extension center line from that, that's going to be 93 on the radial. So perfect, we've got that. Any other fixes we can do before we check it?
72 Foxtrot, you're leaving my airspace, Budapest is offline, monitor Unicom, bye-bye.
No, but the approach chart is quite complex, so I'm going to take my time to have a good read through and figure this out, because it's quite complex over here. So the miss approach, so climb 4,000 straight ahead runway track, okay, that's pretty simple. Max 210 knots, left turn on the radial, 193, continued, 70, radial 063 from Will, inbound 10 DME. Okay, this is a bit of an interesting go around, it's a bit of a zigzag. But I'll brief that to you. There's no problem. And actually, another thing that I was mentioning as I was drawing the radials is we also have a 17-mile fix, because most of the mountains are located, the really high mountains from the south are located 15 nautical miles. But what am I saying? The bigger mountains located near Zurich to the south are located 17 nautical miles beyond the fix. Thus, I'm just going to enter it here as a reference. So once I know I'm past that, I know that my MSA has changed to 9,300. So yeah, currently it's 4,500 for where we're coming in, but it changes massively. So if we do a go round or if we vector just so we have some information for us, so that's good. So we have that over here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna enter 10-mile fix over here. 10-mile radius. I hope you guys can hear me, because ATC is really loud. Can you turn ATC back? Okay, I hope you can. Okay, I hope you guys can hear me as well. Louder. Now, I hope this is fine. Oh my goodness! Okay, so we have this now. So that's fine. We already did our radio navigations, and let me quickly check if that's correct. Actually, no, that's wrong. India, it's supposed India Zulu Whiskey 109, so let me change that. If I put the identifiers India Zulu Whiskey, it should automatically tune in. Yep, 230 with the exact fixes we want, 109 to 75. Perfect, that's exactly what we have. I wonder if we delete it, if it's gonna, no, so... Whiskey, we enter that here.
Eurowings 5 Echo Foxtrot, the wind is variable 2 knots, runway 15, clear to land.
Perfect. So runway ILS mismatch. Oh yeah, that's because we haven't changed the runway yet, so let's just do that really quickly.
924, expect departure not earlier than 2 minutes.
Yeah, it's refreshed. Perfect. So that is refreshed here. We're gonna have a look at this in a second. I wonder if we're gonna contact München.
120,
I think we are.
Austrian 8 Papa Lima, bye bye.
134 150.
Lufthansa 8 Whiskey, 8 condition Lufthansa 8 Lima Whiskey, line up and late runway 08, back to
Line up and late runway 08, back to Lufthansa 8.
Austrian 1360, descend 9,500 feet, clear low class at east approach.
Low class to the east approach and 9,500 feet.
So yeah.
Romeo Oscar, descend to 4,000 feet, clear LS approach, runway 15, eastbound 60 knots for land.
So let's see, MSA 15 miles, yeah, that's what we have over here. Climb, yep, that's fine, we've done that. We've looked at that, the frequencies, that's fine for now. So the minimums. Let's do the performance really quickly. So transition is 7-0 from my understanding. Let's really quickly go back now. Oh, apologies for the sneeze. So let's really quickly grab the ATIS again.
Adria 1304 confirm your 6 Charlie, goodbye.
Lufthansa 8 Lima Whiskey, wind 250 degrees at 5 knots, runway 08, clear for takeoff.
Runway 08, clear for takeoff. Lufthansa 8 Lima Whiskey.
I think we may have got a company message for like a 500-hour delay.
Contact München on 134, decimal 150, bye-bye.
Alright. So this is information Foxtrot, departure runway 32, arrival runway ILS-28, arrival condition, wet transition. Okay, so our conditions are wet, not too good for a short runway as well.
Green radar, Lufthansa 374 request.
When I saw runway 14, I was like, yep, definitely doing flaps 3, you know, because the vacation is really far and we're quite light, so I was like, yeah, flaps 3 should be good. But now, maybe because we're doing runway 28.
Descent 130 level by Amadi.
Approach, let's see, transition level is 70. Okay, that's lower than the transition altitude, so was that for us? No. 2102, 2102, let's put that in the barrel. Winds are 3106, so they were variable 1 knots, but now a bit more. Systems are more visibility, clouds scattered, transition. So temperature is 17, it was 18 before, if I'm not mistaken. And scattered QNH1016. So we've got an NAPD1 as well, so let me enter that 20. It's actually, I think it's the same as Geneva. Yeah, it's the exact same as Geneva. 29440. So we do that, and the MSA is 4500. It's 200 lower than when we departed.
Whenever you're ready, traffic information, departing traffic runway 33.
Amazing. Let's actually see if we can do flap 3 landing maybe. So we're landing with 1 ton less actually. Well, we reduced 1 ton from this, so we're landing with 62.2 tons. That's a bit heavy, 62.6. Yeah, even auto brake low, flaps full landing. That's gonna basically get us to the end of the runway. Let me see where we need to vacate to the left or to the right. I believe we vacate to the left.
Please confirm handover to Munich was for us.
Negative, maintain on my frequency.
Okay, actually, you know, we're gonna leave auto brake low, because if we do auto brake medium, the vacation will be on the runway 34. And we do not want to do that.
Which exit shall we take? Exit 3 or exit 4?
Apron is yours.
Apron, okay. 5 Echo Fox.
I thought this is manual.
Are you able to make it with the visual correction with the vertical profile, or would you like to try another approach since you're very high?
Yeah, so that should be okay, yeah. So flaps full, that's fine, we've done that, and let's delete and recopy the secondary flood plan. Oh wow, we've used our time very nicely. In 40 miles, let's say 50 nautical miles, we've programmed for the whole approach, gone over everything. Then I of course have to brief you guys. Why do I still have my seatbelt on? I'm gonna ask if I can get out of cockpit for a bit. Austrian 5 uniform, would it be possible to get 5 minutes out of cockpit, please?
Austrian 5 uniform, put that request to München on 134, that's 150, bye-bye.
Okay, to München 134, decimal 150, Austrian 5 uniform, bye-bye.
München Service to Wings for Papa Uniform and level 1 for the inbound Abteil.
Wings for Papa Uniform, München radar, hello, identified, climb to flight level 350.
Climb flight level 350, Wings for Papa Uniform.
München, schönen Abend, Austrian 5 uniform, we are level 280, possible 5 minutes out of cockpit, please.
München radar, speed 96 back in cockpit.
First Austrian 5 uniform, München radar, hello, identified, confirm 5 minutes.
Hey, firm.
Austrian 5 uniform, 5 minutes, approved, report back.
5 uniform. I'll see you guys in 5 minutes, I'll be back.
Postman 4243, flight level 190, requesting further climb.
Postman 4243, München radar, hello, identified, climb to flight level 310.
310, Postman 4243.
Speedbird 9026, welcome back.
Thank you. Good evening, Eurowings 9615, flight level 380 in board camp.
Eurowings 9615, München radar, hello, identified. Postman 4243, stop, climb flight level 250, proceed direct T-rule.
Stopping climb 250 and proceeding direct to you. Postman 4243.
Postman 4243, waypoint is T-rule, Tango India Romeo Uniform Lima.
T-rule, Postman 4243.
Ryanair 92 Kilo Papa, resume normal speed.
Ryanair 92 Kilo Papa, will resume on speed, thank you.
Ryanair 5411, resume normal speed.
Normal speed, Ryanair 5411.
Lufthansa 8 Lima Whiskey, München radar, hello, identified. Lufthansa 8 Lima Whiskey, climb to flight level 250.
Climbing 250, Lufthansa 8 Lima Whiskey.
Eurowings 9615, request 2 minutes out of cockpit.
Eurowings 9615, approved, 2 minutes, report back.
Welcome.
Lufthansa 11 Charlie, monitor advisory, 1228, goodbye. Turkish 211, descend to flight level 170 at 2000. Question, descend to flight level 170, cross go max at level.
Go max at level 170, Turkish 1.
Eurowings 25 Yankee, proceed direct, disregard, descend to flight level 200.
200, Eurowings 3 Yankee.
München radar, hello, 21 Bravo with you, flow 390.
EC21 Bravo, München radar, hello, identified.
Unit Grey, good evening, Lufthansa 93, inbound to Atal, climbing flight level 140.
Lufthansa 903, München radar, hello, identified, climb, maintain flight level, yeah, climb to flight level 210.
Climbing flight level 210, Lufthansa 93.
In session calling for out of cockpit, say question again. Emirates 1 Kilo Mike, approved, report back before input. I need you back before input for handover.
Eurowings 9615 is back.
Eurowings 9615, roger, welcome back. Speedbird 926, contact Wien Radar 132, das Zimmer 6, bye-bye. Speedbird 926, contact Wien Radar 132, das Zimmer 6, bye-bye.
132, decimal 6, thank you.
Ryanair 92 Kilo Papa, contact Langenräder 125, decimal 2, bye bye.
125, decimal 2, Ryanair 92 Kilo Papa, thank you, goodbye.
Wings 9 Yankee Victor, descend to flight level 110.
Descent flight level 110,
Munich radar, good day, Argentina 1206, crossing level 120, climbing up to 1900.
Argentina 1206, München radar, hello, identified. Speedbird 961 Lima, contact Langenräder 125, decimal 2, bye bye.
Lange 125, change to red 95, bye.
End of Lufthansa 5 Lima Lima on frequency.
5 Lima Lima, affirm.
Lufthansa 5 Lima Lima identified, Langenräder descent to flight level 170, cross go max at level.
Runway 170 to reach Gomer.
Lufthansa 4 Tango, question Lufthansa 4 Tango, contact München radar 120, decimal 780, bye bye.
120, decimal 780, Lufthansa 4 Tango, bye bye.
Postman, disregard. Lufthansa 8 Lima Whiskey, climb to flight level 370.
Climbing 370, right, out.
I'm back, chat. Austrian 5 uniform, back.
Wings crash, flight order 340.
Austin 5 uniform, welcome back. And station calling in second.
Let's read the the briefing chart really quickly. So noise abatement procedure, German ordinary, okay, between 1, okay, yeah, 21, okay, Saturday, Sunday, public holidays, okay, no, I don't think that applies for us. We are Thursday, so no, apply for us. Let's get back in the cockpit, guys. We did indeed have an, I bet it's an angry company message asking for us to send a 22-minute ADC. I'm gonna blame it on a simulator or reset. I honestly don't have an actual thing. I'm just gonna put simulator reset, Echo Sierra Mike. So ADC card, Echo Sierra Mike, Echo Sierra Mike.
Lufthansa 903, when ready, descend to flight level 140, cross radar at level.
Perfect.
When ready, keep sending this back.
So let me know when you, my friend, have received your lovely ADC message. That's probably now. Boom. Oh, there we go. Boom. ADC received, ladies and gentlemen. Skyscream Aviation, hey, how are you doing? It's good to see you. How's it going? Let's stop the AFK sound. I hope you can see the MCU.
Ryanair 5411, contact Langenräder 125, decimal 2, bye bye.
Okay, let's so we already have everything put for our MCDU. Let me finish the briefing material so we get up to date with that, because I know there's lots to read over here. It's such a beautiful sunset. Wow, it's actually amazing. Wow, guys, look at this. Wow. Another screenshot. Why not? So, let's get the briefing up. So, let's see. Noise abatement, we already read that. Landing, expect runway signs. So, between, yeah. Actually, no wonder they changed the runway, because for us, when we checked the ATIS and when I found the flight plan, we were supposed to arrive before the time. We're supposed to arrive at before 200 local time. Thus, we would have got a runway 14. But when we got the runway changed to 28, because we're landing later and we were delayed, so that explains it. That's fine. So runway 28 instead of 14, no problem. To be honest, I prefer landing runway 28, shorter taxi. It's a bit of a shorter runway, but it's really fun. You land in between like the two main terminals. It's really cool. It's like, it feels like landing in between the building, but in a much bigger scale, and you know, you have taxis and everything. But I really love landing there. So, yep, we do have a discontinuity over here, but that's as per the arrival chart. So, let's see our arrival conditions. So landing and short runway operations, runway 28. That's exactly what we need. Land and hold short of operation, runway 28 VFR. No, that's not what we need. Single aircraft to... So this for visual patterns. Minimum runway occupancy. So vacate runway, you should non-stop. Okay, so we always vacate. Make sure to keep on vacating. Let's hold everybody on the airport runway. Taxi procedures shall be independent parking at Zurich, apron. Final guidance for GA sectors provided marshal. Okay, that's not what we need. So communication, yeah, okay, that's pretty straightforward. Arrival procedure. So arrival via, no, we don't have a relaxer. We have none of these mentioned over here, but no.
Lufthansa 25 Yankee descend to flight level 100.
Over here.
Sorry, descend to flight level 100.
Yes. Let's see if there's any. So I guess we covered everything. Noise abatement.
Lufthansa 25 approaching Eurowings 25
we have the general.
3000 feet per minute or greater.
Yeah, so this is what we need since we're landing at this certain time over here. Jet aircraft expected depart runway 3234. Expect between, well, 2100 local time, which is when we're landing. What issued runway 1416? No, that's not what we have. Expect departure from runway 28 or 16. We have departure. We have arrival for runway 26. 28 correction. So we have that set.
147 contact the Wien radar 132.6. Goodbye.
132.
How's it going, aviation streamer? So run up will only be performed in. Okay. But we're not redeporting back, so
okay, contact,
I'm just gonna leave there. Auxiliary power unit, I think that's important. Is that for us? Oh no. I'm just gonna sit on standby.
Eurowings 25 Yankee contact Wien radar 132.6. Goodbye.
326, bye.
Perfect.
EZ21 Bravo contact Padova radar 120.
Oh, okay. Auxiliary power unit. So pneumatic electrical sources. Shall start the engine no earlier than 10 minutes before off block time. Okay, no problem. If station or mobile aircraft type. So we're category Charlie aircraft, and we have 15 minutes before off block time. So for our aircraft type, let's say we're making our way back. We're allowed to start the APU 15 minutes before off-block time for a category Charlie aircraft. So okay, that's weird. Keep operations with 10 minutes of off-block time. Okay. If maintenance work on the aircraft, shall be okay.
Argentina 1206 monitor advisory 1228. Goodbye.
Let's do that. Low visibility procedures. I don't think we have that for us. I'm just gonna skip that. Advanced surface movement and guidance control system. I think this is all has to do with low visibility, so I'm going to skip that. Other information, let's see, local flying restrictions. Active departure runway published on the ATIS, yes, that's what we have received with the ATIS. Opposite runway, okay. Oh, so there's a combination of runways that they want us bit. So okay, so you can actually land on the opposite runway if you're doing VFR pattern traffics on request if it's less busy. But runway 28 isn't mentioned there. But we don't need to know any of that actually. Let's just look at the chapters we need. Schedule air traffic, departing and landing maybe between. Okay, actually we might. I hope we don't miss the curfew, because the curfew's in 1 hour 30 minutes. We're not gonna miss it, but just non-scheduled.
Emirates 1 Kilo Mike, are you back?
So Charlie flight. So Charlie flight.
Eurowings 9615, contact Langenräder 125, decimal 2, goodbye.
It's actually us. We're Charlie flight. It's fine. Traffic exceptions. And the last briefing. So goal ice-stream procedure may IFR inbound for Zurich. No, that's not our time. Practication. The practication. We're having flying with 5 hours. We're for all of Okay, that's fine. So noise abatement, that is what we want. Because we did enter an NAPD1, if you have to do go-around, so we did enter that over here.
Uniform contact,
And the engine out acceleration of 1.5. We entered that over here. Let's see. So, general, the following procedures are designed to avoid except aircraft noise, landing in Zurich. Okay, yes. So glide slope and ILS approaches, or GLS and ILS approach. Shall be a range of possible safety equipment, speed restrictions. So we will have speed restrictions. He'll most likely say what 160 till a certain distance. That's what usually happens. We're approaching our top of descent very shortly. I'm gonna
good evening, everyone. 05.
Top of descent in 15 miles.
Direct inbound.
So, and reverse thrust. More than idle reverse thrust shall not be used except for safety reasons. Okay, yes, so that's what I was worrying, because when we were departing out of Vienna, we also had the same restriction where we cannot use anything more than idle reverse. Is it? I'm looking outside my window. It seems like it's either raining or very foggy. I cannot tell. I think it's raining. I don't know. Yeah, so idle reverse thrust, you have to keep that in mind, and that's a safety, but
uniform when ready, descend to flight level 200, cross Rabat at level.
When ready, descend flight level 200, cross Rabat at level, Austrian 5 uniform. Okay, Rabat at that level. Rabat, okay, what I'm gonna do, this is something I always do, which is really great. If he tells you a level, but you don't want to mess around with the FCU, the VS and all of this, just put the altitude restriction at the waypoint, and the airplane will calculate a perfect managed VNAV descent. So, you just put it like that, and it's completely legal, it's completely safe. So I've already set 200. Our top descent has extended because that's a point that was supposed to be. We're supposed to be 165, level 165, at this point. But since we extended it to 200, then of course our top descent is going to be not much later, but it's going to be later. Guys, this is absolute beautiful twilight, and oh, I don't know if you can see my stream. No. My stream has I think it's froze. Yeah, because you still see the top of the sun. I don't know if it's frozen for you or not. I hope it's not. Because my lossless crashed, but I only use...
Condor 406, contact München radar 120, decimal 780, bye-bye.
So that's all set, that's all done for us for this evening. Okay, you know what, let me brief you guys for arrival this evening into Zurich. Let me just pull up a few things. So pin the charts, get what I need over here. So yeah, let's start. So are you ready for the briefing? I'm ready, you're ready. Let's pull out the iPad over here so I can show you the stuff. Okay. So for this evening into Zurich, we'll be landing an ILS runway 28 via the Negra to Alpha arrival, no transition. For arrival on the chart over here, it doesn't mention any speed restrictions, though the aircraft's constraints, oh no, it's our own speed restrictions. So it's our own altitude restrictions that we entered out. So that's fine. We've already been cleared to descend to level 200 to cross at Radvad. The landing runway will be runway 28, which is 2,500 meters, and an MSAF 4500. In case of go around, we will climb initially to 4,000, climb straight ahead, but then we'll take a left turn over here, maximum 210 knots, as we can see over here, to intercept the radial wheel of 241, and then continue to intercept further of runway of radial 3013, where we will hold at Gipol. let me set the descent. Where we will hold at the Gipul and we'll contact ATC for further instruction. In total, the go-around altitude will be 4,000 feet. So we'll set that when we're on the approach and ready for that. So, our expected vacation point is Lima 7, where we will turn left on Lima, cross runway 32 on Echo 7, and if I can get the parking stand chart over here. No, that's stand coordinates. Yeah, over here, I think that should be it, right? No, over here. Yeah. Again, over here on Echo 7, where we will continue on Echo, most likely to the gates over here. So November, I'm expecting gate 08. I think we should have a message in our received messages for ACARs. Maybe we'll check if we have anything there. There it also gates. Or if the tech cell is online. But yeah. Okay, that's it. Let's see. So go around, we have discussed weather. No significant weather, though a few clouds at 3,000 feet. The temperature is 18 degrees, QNH1017. We have light headwinds for landing, so that shouldn't be any problem. Regarding our... and also we have an NAPD1 go-around, so 1,500 difference, pretty standard over here, and again the MSA mentioned a 4,500.
357, Langen geht ins Bett, Monitor Advisory 122, that's Malay.
We have...
Dann wünschen wir gute Nacht, 122, Decimal 8, Lufthansa 307.
Alright, ATC is really... So we have kind of a sort of a headwind arrival, not that much, low winds for arrival, level 70 for transition. And we are category Charlie aircraft today based on our speed. I find that the Fenix sometimes lands really fast. Sometimes you might classify it as a category Delta because it can get up to 145 knots with the approach speed, which I think is absolutely outrageous. But anyways, we've had that set. Our secondary flight plan is just a copy of the active, so if we do anything wrong or if we mess it up, we can always recopy it. I think...
Contact Zurich arrival 135, decimal 230, ciao.
135.230 Austrian 5 uniform. Bye bye.
6728, proceed direct to Darmstadt.
Direct to Darmstadt, Turkish 7.
Zurich arrival. Good evening, Austrian 5 uniform. We have information go for you, level 250 for 200 at relay.
Austrian 5 uniform.
Left heading 90, Swiss 456.
Golf is current expected left runway 28, descent flight level 200.
Expected LS runway 28, information golf on board and level 200 for Austrian 5 uniform.
Austrian 5 uniform, correction, you're cleared Niagara 2 Alpha arrival.
Niagara 2 Alpha. Cleared Niagara 2 Alpha arrival for the 5 uniform. Okay, yeah, so that's as planned. As planned, as planned, as planned.
Control 128, 155. Have a good flight.
Alrighty, nicely descending. Briefing has been complete. I hope you're happy. I hope I'm happy. If you have any questions, please let me know. As we descend over here into Zurich.
Again, then Alpha 44 weeks clearance to Palmolo.
Flight level 70.
Yeah, the comms are not nice. ATCs again. I hate when ATC is such of a lower volume compared to everybody else. It's really, really annoying. It makes it really hard to...
Squawk 6706.
Clear to Palmoloco via the very following departure out of Trito, near 5,000 feet, and squawk 6701.
What happened to the airplane? Did you see that? It just
Austrian
dropped
5 uniform, descent flight level 140.
Level 140, Austrian 5 uniform. Okay, I'm just really quickly going to turn on my lights. I'll be right back.
6706. Report ready for pushing start.
Squawk 6706, advise 6.
With 388 Golf, Zurich arrival, good evening to you. Squawk 6703, EIS-77 Tango is ready for push and start.
Thing I noticed when I something I noticed when I loaded up lossless and connected it to the game, everything was super delayed. Like, I know lossless in general is delayed, but everything is super delayed. So I don't know what to tell you. If this landing is bad, it's because the input and stuff are delayed, and whatever I'm seeing is delayed. This is gonna make me really mad. So I'm gonna try to keep that. Oh shit! I'm gonna try to my water bottle fell. I'm gonna try to keep that in mind for arrival this evening into. I hope the camera's now centered. Anyways, let's continue the descent over here.
Turn left heading 310, descend altitude 5,000 feet with 456. Clear ILS approach runway 28.
Swiss 388 Golf identified. Information Golf is current. Expect the ILS runway at 28. Cleared relux 28 transition. Descend flight level 15. Advise 267 Juliet, use portion storage. Advise 267 Juliet, hold position number 2. Sure.
Alrighty, nicely descending over here.
Adria 1215, taxi via Lima, cross runway 34.
Okay, nicely. I'm just gonna put out the speed brakes and actually let's get a little bit focused. No, a little bit. Let's get focused for the arrival over here. So I've got the charts pulled up. I've got everything. I am stoked for this landing. I'm ready. I'm ready. I hope we do a good landing. I don't mind if it's. This necessarily have to be better, as long as it's not that hard. Anything above 200, I'd be a little bit mad, but you know, I hope the game doesn't lag firstly, because if it lags, it's not going to be too good. Yeah. I really don't want the delay.
Continue approach, runway 28 with 456. When landed,
guys, give me something, please.
Austrian 5 uniform, descend flight level 120, fly present heading.
Flight present heading, descend for 120, Austrian 5 uniform. Like
Swiss 388 Golf, descend flight level 120.
So he's gonna give us the vectors.
Advise 722 Tango ready for taxi.
Advise 722 Tango, taxi via November, hold short of Foxtrot.
Okay, dokie. Making our way, descending over here. I'm actually going to stop the music and I'm going to get ready for landing, just because of course the airport elevation is much higher over here, and the traffic check should be done at AA.
Alpha 15 via link 3 and inner.
So actually, you see, guys, why is our lossless not working? I'm actually.
Advise 722 Tango, taxi holding point Alpha 2 via Foxtrot and Alpha. Give way to the inbound.
What's going on?
They'll be taxing on in.
My lossless is just dying. What?
Say again, Advise 722.
Advise 722 Tango, taxi holding point Alpha 2 via Foxtrot and Alpha. Give way to
opposite runway 28 with 456.
Inner.
You were interrupted by the switch, you cannot listen.
Austrian 5
Did you listen to this? Wow!
Left heading 200, descent flight level 70.
Left heading 2005070, Austrian 5 uniform. Wow, do you see that somebody
Austrian
just
5
like
uniform,
they
turn
called
left
out the
heading 200, descent flight level 70.
saying again, left heading 200 and level 70 for Austrian 5 uniform.
Advise 722 Tango, taxi holding point Alpha 2 via Foxtrot and Alpha.
I hope y'all can hear me well, because I was trying to make a video, edit the video today.
We already passed Foxtrot, we would be able Echo and Alpha.
Advise 722 Tango, we cleared Echo and Alpha, holding point Alpha 2.
Let's turn on the landing
Echo and
lights.
Alpha to Alpha 2. 722 Tango.
I'm going to turn on the
Austrian 5
seatbelt.
uniform, descend 6,000 feet, QNH 1016.
6,000 feet, QNH 1016, Austrian 5 uniform. So I'm gonna do over here, let's see if we have any messages. All the messages, I'm gonna pull up the Flatpan page for us.
Approach Austrian 105, requesting ISR clearance, Lynn, took information, Golf on board.
Austrian 105, green to you, information Golf current, runway 32, cleared Linz via the Aegis 5 Lima departure.
Okie
Climb
dokie.
5,000 feet, walk 1,000.
Yeah, you guys can't see the...
Cleared Linz, runway 32.
You guys can't see anything. This is
5
so
Lima departure.
weird.
Initially 5,000
Like,
feet.
why is it not working?
1,000 for the Austrian 105.
Austrian 105, read back correct. Report ready for push and start. Austrian 5 uniform, turn right, heading 250, descend 5,000 feet, cleared ILS 28, report established.
Right heading 250, descend 5,000 feet, cleared ILS runway 28, Austrian 5 uniform. What's going on? I'm having troubles over here. What I'm gonna do is let me activate approach phase. So Lockstar.
2 and not Alpha 1 for us?
So that's 20 nautical miles. Let's make it
230.
230.
Tango, turn right on Alpha, left on Kilo, hold short runway 28.
Can
Right
y'all
Alpha
see
left
the...
Kilo, hold short 28.
Honestly, I don't know what's going on with losses. I hope it doesn't interfere with the landing.
It's difficult to break the habit.
So let's arm the speed brakes.
Gerichtete Echo, Hotel November Alpha.
Delta
So we've got a rear
Hotel,
view over here.
November Alpha, the arrival screening to you, standby clear. Switch 388 Golf, the 10 flight level 80.
Yeah, the weather isn't looking too nice actually. Cabin scholar.
267 Juliet to taxi via
Lima, cross
November
runway report with
Foxtrot
456.
Inner Kilo, hold short runway 28.
Yeah, we're getting a little bit of rain.
Hold Kilo, hold short 28, advise 678. Advise 722 Tango via Kilo, cross runway 28, line up and wait, runway 32.
Via Kilo, cross 28, and line up and wait, 82, 722 Tango.
Oh, runway inside, ladies and gentlemen, and we have the rain. Oh, this is super beautiful over here with the rain. I can't wait to land. Let's have a nice, smooth butter landing to end off the stream and the day.
Give way to the 320.
So, flaps 1, speed check,
November,
flaps 1.
And taxi to stand Bravo 34 via November 6456.
Switch 388 Golf, descend 6,000 feet, QNH 1016. Austrian 5 uniform, continue approach, plan to vacate left. Runway 16 is available.
Okay, we're planning to vacate left, Austrian 5 uniform.
Delta Echo Hotel November.
And actually runway 16 is available, so that's good.
Delta Echo Hotel November Alpha.
So, guys, this is so we. Oh shit! This is a slam. Ooh, we're really high. We are really high. I'm actually gonna go. Ooh, we are really high. We are really high. I'm gonna go gear down over here. I don't know if we can make this.
3 knots depart. Yeah, but to depart runway 10, you can handle the direction.
Departure 10 and up.
I don't think. Oh, and the cloud just came over here. I don't think we'll be able to make it. So we're gonna do a go around over here. Go around out by disconnect. Up. I don't know what the airplane took. And Austrian 5 uniform, go around, we were too high.
Austrian 5 uniform, follow published.
Miss approach 5 uniform. So, you have go around over here.
Station standby.
So go around, miss approach, okay, it's not showing up for some reason over here. So miss approach altitude is actually 4,000 feet. So let's set that, let's disarm this. Climb, thrust climb, it's going to be 230 knots.
Alright, Delta Echo Hotel November Alpha, taxi via Alpha, hold short runway 10 and report ready for departure.
Taxi via Alpha, hold short 10, will expect Victor Hotel November Alpha, 2,500.
Advise 722 Tango, wind 280 degrees 4 knots, runway 32, clear takeoff.
Runway 32, clear for takeoff.
So to activate the go around, we need to put the
Advise 267 Juliet, cross runway 28, turn right on Bravo, left on Kilo, land and wait runway 32.
Cross runway 28, right Bravo, left for Billing, wait on Kilo.
Right on Bravo, left on Kilo.
Right on Bravo, left on Kilo, advise 267.
Austrian 5 uniform, climb 6,000 feet, expect vectors ILS runway 28.
6,000 feet vectors for ILS runway 28, apologies for that 5 uniform. Alright, let's go.
Austrian 105, ready for pushing start.
We couldn't make the glide slope, so
105, pushing start approved Delta 8.
I think it's best that we did the go round, to be honest. So there goes the glide slope. We couldn't make the glide slope, that's such a shame.
Austrian 5 uniform, turn left heading 110.
Left heading 110, Austrian 5 uniform. Left heading.
Right 722 Tango, identified, chance flight 710.
I think doing a go round was the best option. We're gonna debrief this actually thoroughly once we're on the ground.
November,
I have the
turn out, exit via
I have the track.
wind 0903 knots, runway 10, clear takeoff.
After left hand turn, will exit via Victor, clear for takeoff 10.
So we already cleaned up the aircraft.
So it's 388 Golf, turn right heading 180.
Maybe we should let the cabin crew know. But actually, you know what's really weird? I don't think... No. Actually, disregard. I was gonna say, we never got signal for the glide slope. But we did. But it was just all the way at the bottom. We were way too high.
Thanks for coming to Switzerland. Have yourself a good night. Oh, sorry, cleared to line up.
Russian target. We cleared to line up on the people.
Invite 267 Juliet, wind 280 degrees 4 knots.
Actually, maybe it might be worth it to put TKS in.
Take off on your 32, invite 267 Juliet.
Invite 722 Tango, turn left, direct Colon.
Direct Colon. Invite 722 Tango.
So it's 388 Golf, turn right heading 250, descend 5,000 feet, cleared ILS 28 to 47.
Yeah, we still have good fuel. Yeah, minimum is 2.5, we're landing with 3.4, so it gives us 900 kilograms. So the airplane will give us a warning for under 3. But that should be no problem for us. We should be able to make it easily.
Austrian 5 uniform, turn left heading 090.
Left heading 090, Austrian 5 uniform.
5 uniform, turn left heading 250, 090.
090, Austrian 5 uniform.
5 uniform, turn left heading 090. 5 uniform, turn left heading 250, 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 090. 5 Austrian 5 uniform, turn left heading 090.
Left heading 090, Austrian 5 uniform. Are you not hearing me well? Because I keep on having to repeat it.
Yeah, last time I just had your call sign without the heading in it, hence my repeat.
That's odd, because I'm pressing fully down and...
Invite 722 Tango, direct Kolul, Kilo Oscar Lima, uniform Lima.
I think it's a microphone, it's not a side stick, because when I press it, it registers I'm pressing it.
Invite 267 Juliet, identified, translate level 80.
Translate level 80, invite 67.
Last time I had this was the first flight 380. I remember ATC got mad at me. But I asked why, because I repeated everything he said. But then, I don't know, we didn't end up fixing it. It was the last flight I did in MSFS.
61 Alpha. Director arrival, good evening to you. Information, Golf is correct, runway 32, cleared Stuttgart via Vegas 5 Lima departure, climb 5,000 feet, walk 1,000.
61 Alpha, cleared Stuttgart via runway 32, via Vegas 5 Lima departure, climbing 5,000 and walking 1,000 meters.
61 Alpha, read back correctly for ready for push and start. Invite 722 Tango, proceed direct to Minga.
Is a performance? Yeah, the performance was already activated. Something that's really weird is that it never registered our go-round. The airplane never registered it, which is really weird.
Invite 722 Tango.
We've got somebody next to us on the localizer. We're downwind over here.
Monitor advisory, good night.
Down. Advice 267 Juliet, climb flight level 120.
Climb 120, advice 67 Juliet, 267 Juliet.
So it's 388 Golf, time to vacate left, runway 16 is available, wind 280 degrees, 4 knots, runway 28 is cleared for that.
Okay, the glass slope is coming up. See the beautiful glass over here.
Austrian 5 uniform, turn left heading 020.
Left heading 020, Austrian 5 uniform. Let me just press here. It's gonna bring us to green dot.
Edelweiss 267 Juliet, proceed direct Rosos.
Direct Rosos, Edelweiss 267.
Coming back for approach number 2.
Austrian 105, taxi holding point Hotel 3 via
so that
Belfast
gives us
Hotel.
a 15, no, around like what, 16 knot Kamal approach. So once we get established, I'll start introducing the flaps.
Straight 61 Alpha, push and start approved November, face west.
Push and start approved November, facing west with 61 Alpha.
Austrian 5 uniform, descend 5,000 feet, turn left, heading 250, cleared ILS 28, report established.
5,000 feet left, heading 250, cleared for the ILS runway 28, Wilco, Austrian 5 uniform. So Logstar, Cat 3 dual autopilot 1+2, all glide star is armed. Or well, blue. So flaps 1, speed check flaps 1. So localizer, go around altitude, let's set that, 4,000 feet. I'm just gonna push over here. So we descend nicely with the glide slope. I don't want to be too low because it's raining. We see actually we can see the faint light over here as we come to enter the clouds. So yeah. So glide star localizer Cat 3 dual autopilot 1+2 is checked. We're approaching our 10 knot per mile fix for arrival and let's go.
Go into your pilot settings, maximize microphone volume, please.
Close up.
Go
around out to 10. Let's actually do the approach checklist. So approach checklist.
Have a good flight.
So really quickly, approach checklist bear of QNH 1016. It's actually so 1017 left side, right side, and the standby. So seatbelts on. Seatbelt sign is on. Minimums are 2102 barrow. Auto brake is low, and engine mode selector no. Checklist.
Information: Quebec is current. Alton Rhine wind variable 2 knots. QNH 1016. Pay attention.
Okay, let's land this. Flaps to. Speed check. Flaps to. Gear down.
Bravo, Tequila Romeo, exit St. Gallen control.
Cabin crew, see for landing. Thank you.
Monitor this frequency.
Let's turn on. Actually, let's turn it on.
Austrian 105, wind variable 1 knot, runway 32, clear takeoff. Proceed to wind control. First 388 Golf, taxi stand Alpha 13 via inlet.
So runway 28 is approaching. Flaps 3, speed check, flaps 3. It doesn't seem like we're getting any EGP till burst call. Flaps full.
Uniform, vacate left, runway 16 is available. Wind variable 1 knot, runway 28, clear to land.
Runway 28, clear to land, vacate left and 16, thank you very much. Austrian 5 uniform. Okie dokie, runway inside 1000 is checked and stabilized over here. So let's get ready for this amazing landing. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna increase. I'm gonna round it to 138. So I'm gonna make it 138 over here. Even though the winds are variable, I just want to make sure, and I don't really like the water that we've got for the wipers. So just a little bit faster. We don't. Oh, this is good landing. So let's do this. So autopilot off, aircraft to mine. Cat 1. Checked.
Runway 28. Cleared. Bravo Lima Mike. 3 Golf arrival. Default 28. Transition. Descent flight level 120.
Minimum.
Continue.
Bravo Lima Golf. Bravo Lima Mike 3 Golf. Arrival. I have runway 28. Default 28. Transition. And the descent flight level 130.
Land. Yeah, buddy, I don't know how we're too high, just by a little bit, alright?
Lufthansa 6 Charlie, good evening.
Let's get under.
Hotel is current, runway 32. Cleared Frankfurt where they get 5 Lima departure, climb 5000 feet, walk 1000.
Flight slow.
It was a correct strong
40, 30, 20, retard.
Guys, I'm feeling this. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Correction, startup is approved for attack.
Spoilers. Reverse green, decel.
Direct, Zulu Hotel, 449er.
Let's vacate over here. Let's go max manual braking over here. Let's,
Austrian 105 identified, climb flight level 120.
I'm gonna be real. I'm not happy with this landing. I'm not happy with anything.
Flight level 120.
That wasn't great of a landing. I'm a real
Austrian
guess.
5 uniform, taxi via Lima, cross runway 34, hold short of Echo.
Lima cross runway 34, hold short of Echo, Austrian 5 uniform. So Lima 34, hold short of Echo.
61 Alpha, request taxi.
So 61 Alpha, taxi via Foxtrot, hold short runway.
So let's clean up the aircraft.
Taxi via Foxtrot, holding short to 8, 61 Alpha.
Austrian 105, identified, cam flight level 120.
Let's turn on the APU, maybe we do a single engine taxi in.
Austrian 5 uniform, taxi stand Alpha 11 via link 3 and inner. Give way to Swiss Airbus 319er taxiing right to left.
Alpha 11, give way to, sorry, may you please repeat?
The Swiss Airbus 319, give way to him, is coming from right to left in front of it.
Ah yes, we see. So we'll give way to the Swiss Airbus 319 right to left and we'll taxi to Alpha 11 via the inners for the Austrian 5 uniform. Thank you. Why is it always I land on this particular runway? It's always a late landing. Like, I've never landed early on this runway. I'm actually gonna disconnect off of VATSIM. Just wanna get out there. Okay, so we definitely have reached our 3-minute cooldown time. So I'm gonna turn yellow elec pump on, engine number 2 master off. Not too happy with this one, to be honest. Tomorrow is Frankfurt Friday, so we're gonna redeem ourselves. Whoosh. So Alpha 11 is gonna be to our right over here. So parking brake set, pressure checked, engine number 1 master off, ELAPS off, APU bleed on, beacon off, lights over here. Do go off over here. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to where we begin. Welcome to Zurich. It was a pleasure having you on board. I hope we see you tomorrow for the flight. I'm tired. Tomorrow we're gonna redeem ourselves with a much better landing, because this is not making me too happy. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's negative 150. That's. I said at the beginning. I said if it's above 200, I'd be mad. But it was late, like negative 150 for that late of a landing. I'm not taking that at all. So tomorrow we're gonna redeem ourselves. Thank you.